Welcome to Growing Old. It's been 50 days. Let's update. Well, it's been 50 days for our California snow, and here it is. But before we get started on our update, I'd like to thank all of our subscribers and the cannabis community for all the support and everything they've shown us. And what we'd like to do is we're quickly reaching 100 subscribers, so we're going to have a giveaway here soon once we can figure that out. So stay tuned. Okay, if you remember back at the 44-day update, these were pretty bushy, and right after that update I trimmed them all down, but you can see they could probably use another cut. But if you notice, I mean, if you just look at all the bud sites on these, especially that one back there. I mean, so we're getting a lot of light. And then this one over here in this corner, this one over here, if you look inside, you'll notice I've used one of these because that was going to come up and touch the light, so I bent it. But then I broke my own rule because it was coming up still here, and I was going to bend it over, but these autos are kind of finicky because if you touch it, you can feel it. You could feel how rigid it is. But I went ahead and tried to do it, and I probably lost about that much of bud space, but live and learn. Now I have to trim all this one here too, but I think they're looking pretty good for 50 days. They got 2 weeks left. Okay, so this is the reservoir for the California snow. Now, yesterday, I filled that bucket up. I filled that reservoir up, and you can see it goes through, I'm guessing 16 liters a day right now. And once it starts going through your reservoir like that, and plus the fact that it's got all the flower spots on it, that's when I'm gonna change up my nutrients to, I'm just going with the bloom. And that's it. Maybe throw in a little cow mag, but it's just all bloom now, and we're gonna build some big buds. So now let's look at our wedding glue, and that's at day 45. Okay, so here we are. This is our wedding glue, and it's day 45, and I trimmed it up a little bit, but especially this one here, I've trimmed this one up a couple times, really. And I'm gonna trim it up again. I'll cut these down a little bit. Now this strain doesn't seem to have the amount of bud sites as that California snow, but it's still going to be good. Finally, let's run over and look at the last one in the little 3x3 tent, and that one's California snow also at 50 days. And if you remember, this is the California snow that we're growing in this 3x3 tent, and like I said last time, this is the best plant I've ever grown in this 3x3 tent. But we did a quick scrog on it, and you can see that it's not perfect, but I trimmed it, and it's going to need another trim. But you can see how we've opened up a whole bunch of these bud sites here, here, and then up here we're growing up, and as you can tell, I started moving these out, and I'm going to do it to these couple because everything, once I get above the net, I'll try to do it, but some of these are too brittle out here, but these inside, they'll work good. So let's see if we can do one. You want to be kind of real careful. That went good. Let's do one more. And I'm trying to get it down here as close as I can. I'm just trying to give it a spot where the buds can get some light. And then maybe I can extend out a little bit. When I do some more defoliation, I'll probably trim these off. And then after a while, these will grow a little longer, and I'll fold these down too once they get a little longer. And we'll just keep going up, up and up and up like that. And this one I'm also just going with my bloom. And one thing I want to show you here is another reason why I love these auto pots and using the nutrients is this thing's only in a 3-gallon bucket. But if you look at the stock on this thing down here, I mean, that's pretty good stock in my mind. But once we get out in the greenhouse and I'm growing some photos, those stalks will be this big around. And I'd like to show one last thing. And I got some stuff prepped to go into our greenhouse in probably a couple weeks, because these got a couple weeks. Well, these got a couple weeks to go. And what'll happen is I'll take the seeds I'm getting ready for the greenhouse, and I'll just move them in here as a nursery, and then we'll get those out in the greenhouse. But let's go check out those seeds. Okay, so these are what we're looking for that we're going to go into the greenhouse this spring. And I've got a lot of them. I got some Gorilla Glue. I got some CBD. I got my favorite, the Peyote Forum. I'm growing some Peyote Kush. And I've got one CBG growing here. And I haven't ever had any luck with the CBG, but I'm trying to get this one to grow because I've read where the CBG helps with cholesterol. So we're going to try that out. And that's it. That's our update. Please like, subscribe, and join us on our journey. And again, thank you to all of our subscribers and people watching and the cannabis community. Thank you.